Alright, so here we go at Monza, preset 5. We'll just watch the lap and we'll go through the different parts of it. Alright, so that's a lap at Monza. It was only half a second off my best time, so pretty decent. So let's kind of go over some of the things here. The first thing we'll want to look at is when we come up to this turn, because we're going to do it twice, so the lap hasn't started yet. So right as we get to this point, we're going to heavy brake right before the 50 meter, and then we want to downshift into 4th gear. As we're coming around the turn, we want to start to apply throttle as soon as the red line starts to go green again. You can't give it full throttle because you don't have enough traction to make the turn as well as apply full throttle. So you kind of have to balance between turning and giving it throttle. At a certain point, kind of when you hit the apex of the turn, somewhere around here, if you look at the bottom left hand of the screen, that's where you're going to be able to just completely apply the throttle. And you kind of have to feel for it a little bit and give a little more throttle, and you realize that your car's not making the turn, you back off a little bit and just keep doing that. And at a certain point, you can feel that you have enough grip where you can fully apply the throttle and come out of it. So down into 4th, and you watch over here my acceleration telemetry, you can see that I don't immediately roll on full throttle. So when we come across the line in 8th gear, immediately apply DRS when we cross the DRS line. And we want to line up on the left-hand side of the track, give ourselves as much room as possible. So approaching this turn 1, we want to start braking. You can see before I'm even at the red line right here, I'm already full brake. And so you want to brake a little bit earlier than what this racing line is telling you. And the reason why is that this corner, it's imperative that you give yourself enough room to make the turns without hitting the curb at all. If you can avoid hitting the curb, you can carry as much momentum as you can out of it. You actually see, so right now I'm up 0.06 on my best lap time. Coming out of this turn and coming around the next big, long, full acceleration section, I actually pick up a 10th on my previous time because I have such a good exit out of here. So what we're going to do is, as soon as you get to this point where you're just like 10 meters or so in front of where it's telling you to brake, what you want to do is full brake and then downshift down to 2nd gear. So just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then right as you're about to hit the apex of the first part of turn 1, you're going to want to downshift one more time. So you're going to be down to 1st gear. And that last downshift is actually going to give you a little bit of oversteer and kick the back of the car around so you can make the turn easier without hitting the curb. So I think I nick it a little bit here, but if you can avoid hitting the curb as much as possible so that your car stays glued to the track, you're going to have a lot more momentum, and you're going to carry more speed out of the corner. So let's go ahead and watch that. So down to 2nd, 1st, so you kick it around, and see I missed the curve there, and then so right there you can see that I shifted. So it's a technique called short shifting, where I upshift before I get to the rev limiter. And the reason why is these lower gears, the car has so much torque that you're actually getting wheel spin, you're losing traction, losing speed. So if you can upshift very, very quickly and short shift, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start going 5, 6, and you actually do it when the indicator turns red, you're actually going to gain time doing that. And so you notice every time I come out of a really, really tight corner like that, which there's really only one like that on Monza. Most of the time on Monza, you're going almost full throttle. So just something to take note of here. So then we're going to go into this next section. You can see I'm already picked up 0.05. By the end of this section, I'm going to be up a 10th on my previous best time. Just trying to follow the line, upshift normally, keep things smooth. So as I approach this one, you can see already I got the best time I've had right there. So I was up a 10th on my previous best time. So this one, as soon as we get to the red line, just before the 100-meter board, we're going to downshift into third gear. And again, we want to try and avoid the curve as much as possible. If we can keep the car glued to the track, that's what's going to help us carry momentum out of this turn. Unfortunately, as I came through the first one okay, and I cut the second one a little bit too sharp, and I hit the curve a little bit. And you can see that's where I immediately start losing time. So this next, from here on out, the lap doesn't go as smoothly as the beginning, but I still end up with a pretty respectable time. So down to third gear, just barely touch the curb, and here I nick it a little bit. So here I want to go up into sixth gear, and then immediately brake as soon as I hit that point, down to fourth gear. And I want to try and apply brake as I'm going into the turn, and then as I come out of it, I want to smoothly roll on the throttle. So here I've already lost a little bit of time because I didn't carry momentum out of that previous turn from hitting the curb. And I was trying to push it several times in recording this, and I kept flying off the side of the track. So this is the easiest way to ruin your lap on Monza, in my opinion, is this section right here. If you play this a little bit more conservatively, it's better to lose a little bit of time and not push yourself so hard, because if you make a mistake, you go off in the gravel and then you're toast. So let's play a little bit further here. So if you're pushing really hard, your left wheel is going to be on this runoff area as you come out of the turn. So you can see I wasn't quite pushing. That's where the racing line wants you to be too. So I wasn't pushing quite as hard, and you can see I'm already down a 10th from my best time. And then coming to this next one, I even take it a little bit too shallow, and I hit my right tire through the grass a little bit. So again, downshift to fourth gear, come through it, then run off a little bit, and then immediately you just apply the throttle, hit DRS. So coming up to this next high-speed chicane, I mean 8th gear, so we're going to, as soon as we get to the red line, we're going to slow down, downshift immediately 3 times into 5th gear, and then we're going to brake until we get through the first part of the chicane and immediately start rolling throttle on, and we're going to gradually increase our throttle application until we're out of the chicane, or we're going to be going full throttle again. So brake 1, 2, 3, gas, 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 and then we're full throttle again. And we're just up here, we're going to line up for the final turn and the parabolica. It's the same thing as before. Brake down to fourth. Apply throttle, find the point, go. And just full throttle out, upshifting, trying to keep it as smooth as possible. And that is a lap at Monza.